Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and I'm working on my Birdcage swap for Bona over at LiveLoveScrap, and it's for the June swap, so I thought I would just do a quick tutorial on how I'm putting this together. So let's get started. Most of the stuff I already put together. Basically what I did was I'm using a piece of 3x5 chipboard for the back, and I covered both sides using some K & Company pattern paper, and I do not remember the name of this company or this pattern, what it came from, but I'll try to find it, and if I do find it, I'll post it on the bottom of the screen here. So I just cut my chipboard 3x5 and covered it with the pieces of pattern paper, and then I ran it through my Zutter Distress-It-All, and then used some Tim Holtz Distress Ink Walnut stain for the edges on both the front and the back. So I'm just getting ready to put my birdcage on, and I'm using the Tim Holtz Alterations birdcage die. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it together now. So basically what I'm doing is just covered my chipboard with a piece of the same pattern paper that I have on the back here, and then ran it through my Big Shot. So I cut out the birdcage and the bird. There's also a wing to the bird, but I didn't cut that out because I'm going to use a feather for that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get these out of your way. They're my way, not your way. They're in my way. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere my birdcage down, and I was going to use my hot glue gun for this, but I found that this quick dry is much easier to use, and I'm just putting it at the top and the bottom and that one strip in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that right to the front of my 3x5 card. Make sure it's in the center. Just hold that down there for a second to get it to stick. It dries very quickly, so it won't take too long. So there we go. Just like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bow to the top, and this is just a piece of satin ribbon that I had around, and I'm going to use one of these garment hooks that I got from Michael's quite some time ago, and I think you could still order these online, but they're from the Making Memories Vintage Findings collection. So I'm just going to use that, and I've got these beads here, so I'm just going to pull one of these off and hook this onto my clip, and then let's see. I need to put this right through the bow, hopefully. There we go. And now that'll dangle down right at the bottom there. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot glue gun to glue this right to the top of my bird cage. Just like that. Ooh, that glue is hot. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, this is some trim that I bought over the weekend, so I'm going to use that to go right across the bottom of my bird cage. So I'm just going to put a nice thick layer of the glue down the bottom and put my trim on. And then I'm going to trim some of my trim. I'm going to give it a haircut. It's just a little too long. So I'm just going to trim some of this off. Okay. Get that out of the way. And then next thing I'm going to do is I covered the bird with the same pattern paper, or actually this is different pattern papers from the same collection. I covered a piece of chipboard and cut out the bird. So I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue that right to the front of my cage, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue right on the back of my bird instead of on the cage. So that'll go right there. And everything, I think I said this already, I inked everything, including the bird and the bird cage, with some, with the walnut stain distress ink. So, and this is just a little lollipop flower that I made. And this is made out of satin. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that down right there. And the next thing I'm going to do is, I have some of these Prima pearls, and I've used some of them already for another project. But I'm cutting off some of these to use on my bird. I'm using it as an eye. There we go. And then the last thing I want to do is add a feather. So I'm just going to, these are just feathers that I got from Joann's. So I'm just going to pull one of these feathers out, and I only really want the top part of my feather. Whew. Come back. Feathers are flying. It's like a bird fight here. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this right to my bird. I just need something to push it down with. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Nice and simple and easy and fun to do. I had a great time doing this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.